Contrary to popular belief, you do not need to visualize in order to manifest your desires. I know, that's shocking, but visualization is not the secret key, and some people can't even visualize. So today I'm going to show you how to manifest your desires using neuroscience and energetics, and how I was able to go from 0 to a top 5% earner and soon a 1% earner doing exactly this. My name is Giselle Baumet. I have a background in applied neuroscience at the master's level. I get to work with brilliant women entrepreneurs as I help them to open up to abundance by removing the blocks that prevent it. So let's start with the problem. Every manifestation teacher often tell you the same thing. Visualize it. Picture your dream car. Picture your dream home. Picture the multiple six figures in your bank account. Picture you traveling. About 2 to 5% of people simply cannot bring forward mental images. And can you imagine the amount of self-doubt that it brings in when, even if you can bring up a mental picture, is not that clear? Another problem is that it creates stress. If you don't feel that you're visualizing it exactly the right way, then you're going to instead produce stress. And stress cancels out the abundant frequency that you are bringing into your life. It also tends to tie manifestation to perfectionism. Am I visualizing enough? Am I visualizing the right way? Am I spending the right amount of time visualizing? The whole thing ignores how the brain works. Your brain doesn't need pictures to rewire. It doesn't need mental images to rewire. What it needs is repeated signals, emotional, neural, and energetic. That money is safe, normal, and expected. And you do not need to visualize in order to do that. And this is where neuroscience comes in. So let me tell you the steps that I took and the steps that you can take to bring your manifestations to life. Step 1 is focus on identity embodiment. Instead of dreaming about big houses, a lot of money, multiple six figures, or anything else, I asked myself, who do I need to become the woman who can naturally receive money? Because neuroscience shows that your medial prefrontal cortex, which is connected to your identity, will respond and rewire when you take actions as that version of yourself. So every day, practice embodying that version of you in small, practical ways. It might be the way you stand, the way you walk, the way you talk, the language that you use, how you communicate about yourself and about what you're manifesting, what you're listening to, what you're learning, and what you're doing. Then use language paired with emotion, not just images. What does that look like? Well, when you say an affirmation, choose one that feels safe and emotionally true to you, and then pair it with an emotion. And then, before saying it, regulate with a few deep breaths, slow down your speech, say your affirmation, and then feel the emotion as you're saying it. That way, you're creating a memory within yourself, even if it hasn't yet happened. The third step is regulating your nervous system. That was a game changer. When you operate from a dysregulated nervous system, you'll experience stress, worries, fears, anxiety, doubts, and they're the opposite of what creates abundance in your life. They cancel it. But with a regulated nervous system, you're able to experience peace and calm. You're able to manage life in a much more regulated way and in your power. When my body felt safe in the money that I desired in my life, that's when my brain accepted it and found the ways to make that a reality for me. Then you will anchor your new beliefs with a ritual, a short one, a very short one. So it might be taking 90 seconds of breath work and then doing a micro action, or shifting your posture into a power posture, or even just quickly journaling. And you want to do this from an empowered place, because neurons that fire together wire together. So we want to give opportunities for that to happen. Those micro things are going to have a much greater effect than big occasional things that you do. You are going to stop expecting yourself to visualize perfectly. Trust that your brain is rewiring through language, emotion, identity, and nervous system regulation, even if you never visualize. Now, I want to share what were some of the results that I experienced doing exactly this. But before I do, if you're a woman entrepreneur and you're ready to embody your wealth identity, you've already tried a lot of things, you're ready for something that's not a beginner program, but is deeper work, I invite you to apply to see if you qualify for my mastermind. So what ended up happening? Money started to become easy for me. I also felt way more confident. And the confidence reinforced the new neural patterns. And in doing that, my brain coded money as completely safe. It became normal and expected, which meant that my reticular activating system, that filter in your brain that makes sure that you see the right opportunities, the right pathways, that was lit up. So things that before I wasn't seeing due to the stress or the anxiety or the fear or the worry or the inconsistency, I now was. And I proved to myself, and now you, that visualization is a bonus, but it's optional. It really is about the signals that you send your brain and your body about money and the rewiring process that happens through that. So the next time that you're told that you have to visualize, that you have to do it for this long, that you have to do it in this way in order to manifest, just remember, you do not. What you need is to embody that wealth identity now. And that's the real secret. Because you are majestic. You are so much more powerful than you realize. And I cannot wait for you to realize it. Because you are majestic. You are so much more powerful than you realize. And I cannot wait for you to realize it.